Okay, boys and girls, what we're going to be making today are breakfast bites. They're sort of a quiche-y, muffin-y sort of breakfast treat. To start with, to get ready, what I've done is I've taken a dozen pieces of bacon and I've cooked them up in the pan. You want to put them in the pan when they're still flexible, because if you don't, yeah, they're going to not work. Although you can crumble the bacon up. I prefer it sort of like this. Okay. Now, in the bacon grease from there, I took a green pepper and I'd say about 20 nice-sized mushrooms diced up, and I fried them in the bacon grease. Now, you're going to want 6 eggs and some sour cream. Some people use just heavy cream, but I like the zip that the sour cream gives it. It's the taste, you know. You're going to need about a teaspoon of salt and a half teaspoon of pepper. Also to taste, like if you like more salt, less salt, whatever, it's up to you. And you're going to want some cheese for the top. I have a nice old cheddar, but if you like something else, maybe something like a Munster or whatever, something with a little bit of spice, you know, whatever. It's easy, okay? So, we're going to want to put this in here. We're going to whisk up some eggs. Okay, so we take the eggs and we put them in the mixer, or alternatively you can do this by hand, and we put the sour cream in. About half of a tub should work. Okay, and from there we put the spices in. Okay, and we put it in and we mix it on low for a minute, just so that everything starts to get together. Now, if you have one of those guide things, mine's here. Now would be the time to put it on. One of those guard things? Yeah. Basically, you're whisking everything together. You don't want to, like, you know, totally whisk it like a meringue. But you want to make sure everything's well incorporated, because the sour cream, it's a little chunkier than the, whatchamacallit. Okay. That looks about good. Yep, beautiful. Okay, now we're going to start to fill the pans. What you do first is you take a nice dollop of the vegetables. Now, I use mushrooms and green pepper. If you like something else, if you want broccoli is a good thing to have in there, or onions, or let's see, what else would be nice? Ooh, actually sausage would be nice in this, if you were to have some crumbled up sausage or sausage bits or whatever. Yeah, just anything. This is a really, really customizable recipe. So, like, whatever you happen to like, you can throw in there. Now, the best thing about this is you make a bunch of them at once like this, and you put them in a big Ziploc bag in the fridge, and anytime you feel hungry, or if you want to, like, have breakfast on a hurry, you just pop some in your mouth. You can eat them cold, or you can heat them up. Okay, now once you have all the vegetables in, you'll notice we're not putting the cheese in, because we actually top it with it when it's actually cooked and melted. I'll show you. Anyway, so from there, we just fill it about halfway. Now you want to leave a little bit of room for it to expand, because these do expand in the oven. Best part about these is they last for a little bit. So if you have them in your fridge in a Ziploc bag, you can have breakfast all week. Now you do want to refrigerate them though. You don't want to leave them like out. A lot of people think that, you know, you can leave anything out. You can't. Now you want to have preheated your oven to about 350 degrees. And you want to make sure that it's 350 degrees. A lot of people think it's 350 degrees because they put their dial on that. But no. Ovens are very frequently wrong. There we go. Okay, now we're going to pop these in the oven at 350 for a preheated oven at 350 for about 20 minutes until they start to get nice and brown up along the top. Okay, and then we're going to put the cheese on. Let's fast forward to that part. Okay, and as we can see, it's an almost finished product. We have the breakfast bites all cooked up. You'll see they're just starting to brown, and they've firmed up nicely. Okay, from here we're going to take some of the shredded cheese, and we're going to put them on there. Now the cheese, it's up to yourself however much you would like. Some people like a lot, some people like a little. I am a fan of cheese, and it's a nice sharp old cheddar, so it has a lot of flavor. That's actually something you should consider when you're buying cheese. The older cheese is, the more flavorful it is. If you buy a young or a mild cheese, it's not very old and it doesn't have very much flavor. Now I like the sharp cheddar flavor. Now if you like something a little spicier or whatever, hey, it's all up to personal preference. There we go. Now we just pop this back in the oven for a few minutes while it melts the cheese, and then we're done. We'll fast forward to that bit. And here we have the finished product. You're going to want to leave these cool because right now they are hot as the hobs of hot. So we just go around them with a knife. Well, it's easier when they're cooled, of course. Right now they're just fresh out of the oven. And we just pop them out. And once they're cooled, you put them in a Ziploc bag, and you can keep them in the fridge for a few days and have your breakfast all pre-made. And as usual, bon appetit.